welcome back to my channel. So I've been buying a lot of books recently and I want to do a little bit of a book haul for you. But basically I bought some books on Amazon, I had a Barnes & Noble haul, there's been lots of really good new releases out, so I've been collecting some books and I want to show them to you guys today. And we definitely have quite the stack. Oh no! Let's go ahead and talk about all the books that I've been buying. The first two books that I have in this stack I've actually already read and I loved them, so I want to tell you all about them. The first book that I have is a new release, which was Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. This is one of the prequels to the Hunger Games. So if you've read the Hunger Games trilogy, you need to pick up the prequels because they are just as emotionally devastating and give you so much more to the story than what we originally had with the Hunger Games. So the first prequel was The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and now Suzanne Collins just wrote this one, Sunrise on the Reaping, which will be a movie in 2026. So I am so excited to see that movie because I feel like every Hunger Games movie turns out amazing, and it is like her vision, and like they just like show exactly what I envisioned in the book and sometimes even better, so I cannot wait for that movie to come out. But if you don't know, this is Haymitch's story, and if you've read the original Hunger Games story, you know who Haymitch is. He is one of the victors from District 12 and he mentors the main characters in the Hunger Games, and this is his story as a 16-year-old going to the Hunger Games. It is one of the quarter quells, so there is even double the amount of kids like fighting to the death. He's such a complex character in the Hunger Games books, and so you really get his story. And I rated this book 4.5 stars. I really, really liked it. It's just the ending was so emotionally devastating. And if you have seen the Hunger Games, you know that Haymitch has been through like so much, and this definitely shows what he's been through. There's a love story in it. There is like found family in it, and it just kills you, and it kills you to know what he went through. And I was just emotionally devastated, but I definitely recommend this, and I obviously recommend the Hunger Games to everyone. The next book that I got, I've also already read. I was obsessed with it, and it is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This is Abby Jimenez's newest release. If you don't know, she wrote the Part of Your World trilogy, which is really popular. I love the Part of Your World trilogy, so I had to go ahead and pre-order Say You'll Remember Me, and I loved it. I've been seeing a lot of bad things about Say You'll Remember Me, but I thought it was absolutely amazing, and I gave it 5 stars. This book is about a long-distance relationship. It also deals with dementia and child abuse, so like it is like heavy topics, but Abby Jimenez has this way of writing that makes you laugh and cry all in one page as you're reading it, so I definitely recommend it. A lot of people don't like her writing, like, because she brings in topics from the real world. Like, she brings in TikTok and Reddit into her previous books and just, like, social media in general. I personally really, really like that because it kind of just feels like you're living in the world that we live in, but in these fictional characters' minds. So I really, really liked it. Definitely check your trigger warnings before you read it, because if you have someone who deals with dementia or child abuse, like, this may not be the book for you, but I definitely recommend it. I think Abby Jimenez, like, takes those topics and she deals with them in a very good way. And so like I never like felt necessarily like insulted by them. So I definitely recommend this book. 5 stars. It is one of my favorite contemporary romance books that I've read this whole year. So definitely go ahead and pick this one up if you have not yet. Okay, so the rest of the books in this haul I have not read yet, so I really don't know that much about them. And I kind of like not knowing that much about a book before I go into it because I don't want to be spoiled too much. But I'm excited to read these, and these are all the books that I got. So we have The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I have seen so many amazing things about this series. I know that it's a fantasy series. Obviously, it's about a war. I've also heard that it's incredibly emotionally devastating, and I'm scared for that, but I think I'm ready for a book like that. I haven't read like a whole series through that is so emotionally devastating in a long time, probably since I've read Throne of Glass, which has been a couple of years now. Obviously, like I just talked about the Hunger Games, but I didn't like reread all the Hunger Games, and I know what happens in it, so like yeah, it's emotionally devastating, but like I want to be like shocked, emotionally devastated, and like get attached to the characters, because I probably know that some of my favorite characters are probably going to die in this series because of the way people react to it. I'm definitely ready. I'm ready for something like this. And it's only 3 books, which is kind of nice instead of like an 8-book series. I think they're all on Kindle Unlimited as well, but sometimes I find it kind of hard to start a series like this on my Kindle. So sometimes I like to have like a physical copy of the first book and then read the rest on the Kindle. I don't know why, like I think it just like helps me get into the world better if I have like the physical book in my hands. but I know that I'm probably going to want to buy the rest of the series eventually to have them all on my shelf, so we'll see. But yeah, just had the first book for now, and I cannot wait to get to this series. The next book that I have is Promise Me Sunshine by Carly Bastone. I have been seeing this book all over TikTok. Everyone that I've seen has rated this book 5 stars, so I am so excited to get to it. I know that it's a contemporary romance, just obviously from looking at the cover, but I think that it also deals with some grief and just some heavy, hard-hitting topics, which I love that in a contemporary romance. Like, sometimes I don't just want just all spice and all, like, witty banter. Like, I love those things, and it makes a contemporary romance book really, really good. But I think what really is hard-hitting for me and, like, what makes me love a book is if there's heavy, like, real-life topics in it, because everyone's going through something, and I need that in a book to, like, fully be invested and in love with the characters, and I think that this book is definitely going to give that. We will see. I hope I love it as much as everyone else because it looks so good. I have not read her other book, though, Ready or Not. I've heard it's really good, and I probably will pick it up after I read this. The next book that I picked up is a little bit out of my comfort zone. I have not read a sci-fi book in a really long time, and it is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I haven't read a, like, male author book in a really long time, which is very weird because, I don't know, I feel like I definitely go toward romance books, so, like, I feel like female writers write more romance books, so I haven't really read a male author in a really long time, but the back of this book said that fans of the Hunger Games will absolutely love this book, and Game of Thrones. I've never read Game of Thrones, but I've seen the TV show, and I really, really liked it, so I think that I will absolutely love Red Rising. I've heard this is an amazing series. Oh, it's a trilogy. Okay, so yeah, it's a trilogy. We have the 3 books on the back. I think I'm gonna like this. And I love a trilogy. Like, I think that it is sometimes so nice just to have 3 books and you're good to go and you're done. So I'm excited to read this. No idea what it's about, just that it is a dystopian future book. And I know that on the back it says that his wife is taken, his people are enslaved, and he is trying to get his wife back and bring justice for his people. So I think that this will be a really exciting and interesting trilogy for me to read. The next book that I picked up is Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. I have seen this book all over TikTok. Sorry, you can't really see it, but it has like the gold foiling. But I've seen this book all over TikTok, and everyone is obsessed with this book, and it has such a beautiful cover. I've been wanting to read it for such a long time, but I think the only book that's out is the very first book, which is gonna suck because it's probably gonna end on a cliffhanger, and I'm gonna have to, like, wait for the other books. Like, I'm waiting for the rest of Fourth Wing, so, but whatever. I don't even care. I kind of like being a part of the hype, so I have to read it, you know? This is a fantasy romance that has Greek mythology elements into it, and I love Greek mythology. I was obsessed with Percy Jackson as a kid, and anytime that we've talked about Greek mythology in school or something like that, I've been absolutely obsessed, and I want to read them so badly. Anytime I see something with Greek mythology, I'm like, that's the book that I want to pick up. So we have a fantasy romance with Greek mythology, Blood of Hercules. I can't wait to get to this, but I'm probably going to end up on a cliffhanger and hate my life because of it. So that's good. Last physical book that I picked up is Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. I've heard this is kind of like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I've actually never read that book because I've heard it's a little boring, but this one looks like a quick read. It's a YA, and like the pages, like, I mean, like, there's not like, it's not like small writing, so it's like I feel like I'll fly through this book, honestly. I do know that it is about like a couple that meets each other in every lifetime, like they keep getting reborn and then they end up killing each other in every single lifetime. So I am interested to see where this goes. I'm interested to see if it ends in a death. We will see. But if it does, I'm probably going to be really, really upset because I'm probably going to get emotionally attached to them. That's all the physical books that I got in this haul. I have 2 Kindle books that I also bought that I want to talk about really quick. The very first book that I got was The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I love Jessa Hastings. She wrote the Magnolia Park series. It's one of my favorite series of all time. So I knew that I wanted to read The Conditions of Will because I think some like Magnolia Park's characters may make like a cameo type thing in it. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. But I know that this is a contemporary romance, and if you've ever read Jessa Hastings' writing, she like writes in such a poetic way that makes you like feel everything that the character is feeling, and it's not just like one little feeling. Like, she has like such a way of writing the complex human emotions, and so I'm really, really excited to read this. I think it's a standalone, but I'm excited to read it. I just really want the next Daisy hates book, but I will take whatever Jessica writes and I will read it and probably eat it up. So I cannot wait to read this. Ebook that I got that will come on my Kindle tonight actually because I pre-ordered it. It is Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This is the third book in the Powerless trilogy. I absolutely love the Powerless trilogy. I know it gets a lot of hate. I really do enjoy it. It's one of my favorite trilogies that I've read. It is kind of like a mixture of The Hunger Games, and I believe a lot of people say it's kind of like Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, I believe is her name, but I have not read that series yet, so I'm like not like that upset about that it's similar to it, but I do actually want to read Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard at some point. But I really like the Powerless trilogy, and I cannot wait to read the final installment in this trilogy. So the Powerless trilogy by Lauren Roberts is about a girl named Peyton, and she is an ordinary in the world of elites. And the elites have special like powers and magic, and they try to hunt the ordinaries because they want them out of there because they are seen as weaker. And she kind of pretends to have powers, and she has learned her whole life to pretend to have these powers so that way she can stay alive. But she has lived in the slums, and one day she kills a man and then is put into these trials to fight against the prince of the world that they live in. And it is a kind of a love triangle. It is a fantasy romance. I really, really like it. I don't know if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Definitely a trilogy that I'm excited to read and finish. And I can't wait to talk about it probably in my April reading wrap-up. Those are all the books that I got in my book haul. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have, please like and subscribe and comment what book you're reading right now. And yeah, bye! Thanks for watching!